I think if you were to ask me about the state of the world in Fire Emblem 4 and 5, I would just show you the picture of that ship in the skyscraper from Fist of the North Star and ask you to piece together what I mean by that.
There is no meme. This is just a threat.
Alright, look. I know we want to get to the human shields. You saw the thumbnail, you want to know what that's all about. I'll get there. But unfortunately, I need to provide that dumb little thing called context. Leif is the main character of Fire Emblem 5. He is the young Prince of Leonster, and when he was just a wee little baby man, his father was assassinated in a massacre, the castle of Leonster was set on fire, his grandfather was also killed just to add an extra insult to injury, and Leif was forced to flee the country, living in secret far away. The kingdom of Leonster then falls under the control of the big bad evil empire, and it's up to Leif and the ragtag group of goobers that he finds along the way to go back to Leonster and take it back. The subject of this video is on the map just before Leif enters the castle. In fact, this town is the castle town. Leif goes to speak with the village elder, and the elder says that everything has been terrible. The children have been taken away for child hunts, part of an underground Satan cult, that's not that important. The women have been taken away to God knows where, also not that important. What's important is all the old and weak men left in the village want to help Leif, so they're gonna form a militia and help storm the castle Leonster with their prince. And Leif's tacticians properly bring up that their militia is not very powerful and all they're going to do is get themselves killed. However, they're fine with this. They have been living in absolute hell for so long that even if it means their death, they want to go up and help Leif, saying that they can literally just be ballista bait to draw the arrows to them rather than Leif's actually capable soldiers. Leif, being a good little boy, says no, that's insane, but August, his tactician, thinks that it might be worth hearing them out. They don't really have a good way to approach the ballistas in the castle, and he says that these people are fighting for their home. These commoners, who have nothing special about them, act with the same pride and determination as a knight, and who are they to really deny them that chance? Now, in a normal game, Leif, our good, morally upstanding main character, would say, no, that's dumb, that's just throwing their lives away, and that would be the end of the conversation, but Leif can actually say yes to this, and it goes exactly as you would think. These people come out, they might kill some of the generic soldiers if you're lucky, but realistically, all they're going to do is run up to the ballista and die. Just like they said they were going to. I feel like this interaction is something that can only happen in Yggdrasil, and it's a very good interaction because it plays into one of Yggdrasil's themes, that not everyone can be a hero. In the world of FE4 and 5, there's a giant Satan cult with a giant demon dragon, and realistically, what is Dave from accounting going to do against the glorious light of Lopter? Probably just die. One of the main thesis statements of Yggdrasil is that not everyone is privileged enough to be born in a situation where they can change the world. So it is the obligation of, not the choice of, the obligation of those with the privilege to be able to change society to fight for justice on behalf of those that can't. And no one knows that better than the villagers. They've been beaten, they've been killed, and they know that their salvation cannot come from themselves. They need to sit and hope that another hand will step in. So even if it means that they will all die a tragic death, even if they know their actions will be nothing but a sentence in the chronicle of a greater war, they're okay with that. They are willing to do anything, even something as small as taking ballista shots away from Leif. This scene works really well for Leaf because part of his character is that he has been privileged. He has suffered, sure, I mean his house burned down, his parents died, but compared to everyone around him, he has suffered considerably less. He's been protected and sheltered by the people around him. So what he sees here, these people willing to do anything, this is the face of his world. These people are the ones who he's fighting for and have lived a completely different life from him. It's another culture shock to him, and also the player, that things really are that bad. And in Leaf being able to accept their offer, it shows just how desperate of a situation Leaf has found himself in. His ragtag bunch of dudes, though they're some capable soldiers in their own right, are not strong enough to topple the Empire. If Leaf were really the hero that Yggdrasil needs, he wouldn't need to even consider this as an option. And that depressing fact is about to become very clear for Leaf as the Empire crushes his forces only 2 chapters after this event happens. And on a personal level, I really like this scene because it's the kind of gray morality that's actually gray morality. Not just, I have problems with the government, so I'm going to eat 500 babies. It's a scene that you can understand both why it should be done and why it shouldn't be done, and there's really no right answer for a moral high ground to stand on. The whole situation is just fucked from the start. It's a lot like Boone sniping and killing his pregnant wife in Fallout New Vegas. I know that sounds like the most out-of-nowhere comparison, but you just don't know how to feel about it. When you think about everyone involved, you really don't know what the best course of action is. From a story standpoint, this really shows that things in Yggdrasil are terrible. I've been saying that a lot, I know, and I'm not just repeating myself for no reason. I'm repeating myself because I really need to iterate. Things in Yggdrasil are terrible. If I had one criticism with this scene, it has nothing to do with the story aspect of it, but the gameplay aspect of it. Watching those little green men go off and die for you is really touching, but their help really isn't that required. The ballista are difficult, yes. They hurt, yes. Nothing's stopping you from just tanking them with your own units. Odds are the likes of Dagdar will just do a better job at tanking them than anything else. But the sentiment behind it, I think, carries through, even if gameplay-wise, it's really not that necessary. The fact that it can happen is more than enough. It's like Edelgard setting Bernadetta on fire. It's not very likely to happen, but the fact that it can happen matters a lot more for the characters involved. So there you go. The most effed up thing a Fire Emblem Lord can do is, in fact, peak fiction. Though I do have to wonder if it's truly the most effed up thing a Lord can do. Does Micaiah setting oil to the Benyan army count as the worst thing a Lord does? I mean, she doesn't get to get away with it, but she was going to. And if we want to bring Kagasaga into the mix, Zaid can poison a water supply, and I think that trumps everything in terms of fucked up scale. Many questions that I will raise and then not answer, because I just don't give a shit. Thank you very much for watching the video all the way to the end. If you enjoyed it, leave a like or a comment, or else I'll come into your house and eat your drywall. And if you have the time, please consider joining my Discord server. The link for that is in the description below. What's also in the link below is my Patreon, where for as little as $3 a month, you can help support the channel, and I would greatly appreciate it. My patrons include the likes of Adebayo Thompson, Andrew Crockett, Bean Juice, Benz Again, Dr. McBackstab, Great Riek, Hell on Heelys, Ichigo D, Camus, Jaeger, Guts, Kenpachi, Shiro, Uzumaki, Kira, Mato, Kratos, Char Angelo, Frederick, Sirius, Balsara, Aquaman, The White Void, Despacito 2, Lysevening Bolt, Martha Valiant War Criminal, Morga Lorgan, Played Arrow, Ranger Man Sam, Shen Lu, The Fool, the world's most unironic 8.5 Tailstand, Walmart Reader, Ya Girl Owen, Brentendo 11, Drew Hack, Fire Emblem Lord, Ginger, Gugu Gaga, Cornelia Milkers 92, Maple Knight, and Upscale Furry Trash. Thank you all for your continued support, and I'm just gonna keep wasting time so that this video can be over 10 minutes. So I'm just gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep talking for just a little bit more. And here we go. Wait, shit, there's the intro and the outro. This video is already going to be over 10 minutes. Also, you don't even need it to be 10 minutes anymore for advertising. They changed that months ago. I completely forgot. The footage you saw in this episode was not from native FE5, it was from a fan hack called Forsetti's Cut. I'm Let's Playing it right now. It is really good, and I would strongly recommend both downloading it for yourself and watching my Let's Play. If you really liked Daisy, the substitute unit from FE4, this Let's Play is for you. For all 12 of you.